What's going on, you guys? Paul here from Paul's Performance, and boy do we have a special one for you today. For those of you guys who have not seen enough Samuel's TDI Jetta, we got a show for you guys. For those of you who have seen too much, stay here because you're gonna enjoy this, but as you all can guess it, it's broke again. So we're gonna see what's going on with it. It has a very, very horrible noise coming out from underneath of the hood. When you start it, I think it's coming from the starter. Hopefully it's coming from the starter. But we're about to show you a clip right quick just to show you guys what it sounded like for those of you who also may have this sound. So, all right, so there you go. You can hear it sounds like absolute dog doo-doo under there. And we need to figure out what's going on. So we're gonna pull the starter and see if it has disintegrated, left the chat. We're gonna find out. So let's get under the hood and see what's going on. All right, guys, welcome under the hood of Samuel's car. So first things first, we gotta get this battery out and the battery tray so that we can actually even see the starter. Then we're gonna remove this big old air filter housing behind me because that'll also free up the area so that I can see what's going on because, as you guys know, you can't see squat underneath these little cars. So we're gonna get all that removed and then we're gonna try to get this starter out. So let's get that out of here. So we got our battery tray out and we got very lucky. Car's looking out for us. The grommet where it connects over to the air box is deceased. So it made it to where I could pull this right out from the side of this box without having to unbolt it. And so we're just gonna leave that in there, which is approved by me. Set this out of the way. And now we have a perfect view of the starter. So if you guys want to come over in here, you can see there's our starter solenoid and there's the motor. The whole assembly is right here. It looks like it's got 2 bolts on it. There's one right here and there's another one that's going to be on the bottom side. Probably easier to get to from the bottom, but we're probably going to get to it from the top. This right here is your battery cable that goes to the positive. I've already got the nut off of it. No, that's not the problem we're having, but just wanted to point that out. And then you have your connector here that will go to the trigger wire, which is what will trigger this solenoid to start turning the car over. So you just got to unplug that, pull it off. And so we're going to get these 2 off and get those 2 bolts out and pull this starter and assess the situation. So we'll be right back. We got the starter pulled out. I've found my verdict. I found out what's wrong with it. Before I share the information with y'all, if I could just get this quick right in here. All right, so here's the starter. We got it out. If you look closely, you might can see some of the metal shavings that are around it. But if you look at the teeth on the actual starter gear, they have a couple little nicks in it, but it actually doesn't look that bad, which was a little scary from looking at it. Once you look down into the transmission hole where this starter goes, you'll see there's a lot more metal shavings. When you get a good view, we'll have a picture up of the actual teeth on the torque converter. They're pretty hurt. They have a lot of bad spots in them. I'm not sure if you can see from right here. You should be able to see the metal that's inside that hole into the transmission. So that's definitely not a good sign. But the teeth on the torque converter are a lot more hurt than the starter, so I think we're going to have to address that situation. With this being an automatic, on this particular car, the torque converter and the teeth on it are actually welded onto the torque converter. Pretty sure that's how this is. I haven't had one of these out, but pretty sure that it's welded on based on the pictures I've seen. We'll have to replace the whole torque converter to do that. We're going to have to address the situation to see whether or not it's worth just changing out the torque converter, because I'm sure it's expensive, or getting the whole transmission rebuilt while we have it out, or now we might manual swap it, which would be well worth it, but we'll have to see how much that's going to cost. I would prefer to manual swap it myself, just because I'm telling you, a manual ALH is 1,000 times better than an automatic. Those of you guys out there who have one, you know. I'm sure Samuel would love it, because like I said, then if we did that, we probably could throw a little more power into this car. But actually, how about this? Those of you guys watching, leave a comment down below and tell us what you think we should do. Should we fix this auto, get it rebuilt, just put a new torque converter in it, or should we manual swap it? For those of you guys who have done a manual swap, let us know, if it was cheaper, how hard it was. Leave some comments down for us, because like I said, right now we're undecided. We're gonna kind of address the price and see which is cheaper, see what's worth the fix. Yeah, that's about it. It's ended up with some bad news for today, as it is always, seems. For this car, it's never, good news. I mean, I was hoping it was actually gonna be that they put, four-wheel drive windshield wipers on, but it's just not the case this time. Anyways, I really appreciate you guys watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.